today? Thanks for coming in.
Hi. Thanks for coming in. We're happy to have you.
Well, we're rolling, and we're rolling with the Autoscope podcast. Conversations with Nerces Mavelian, and today I wanted to talk a little bit more about warranties, extended warranties, and that kind of thing. Now, as you may understand, that Autoscope is an independent. Autoscope European Car Care is an independent shop. They're not a dealership. And when you buy a new BMW, Porsche, Mercedes, Audi, you're kind of covered under warranty typically through that manufacturer. And that could be a 3-year period. So typically you would take your car to the dealership for that covered service. And in fact, Autoscope encourages that. And then once that runs out, that we invite you to come into Autoscope to continue that care. And I do know we do some warranty service or what have you.
Sure.
But if you could talk a little bit about that, and then perhaps lead into the dreaded extended warranty calls and how that works. And because I think some of our customers would love to hear about the experiences of dealing extended warranties. And I can tell you that Autoscope goes to bat for you on the extended warranties. I've listened in on the calls. It can be a battle. Those extended warranty companies are trying not to cover, and their contracts are just littered completely in depth. But I've watched your staff spend a lot of time on the phone that the customer doesn't realize that is on the phone with the warranty company, and they're notorious to putting you on hold. Oh, well, let me check into that. I give 5 stars to your staff about patience and stuff with working with these extended warranty companies. But if you could talk a little bit about to help lead these people through.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. First of all, warranty from the manufacturer that you get when you buy the car, it usually goes anywhere from 1 year to 3 years to 4 years, depending on what you're buying. But once that is over, then it's like a secondary warranty that usually the dealer tries to sell you, or you buy it online from somebody else. So the warranty period, initial warranty period, that everything goes bad, you take it back to the dealer, they'll fix it. The extended warranty usually comes in year number 3 and goes on to 100,000 miles or 7 years, as long as 7 years. I'm not sure what it is at the moment, but usually a 4 to 7 year program or warranty that can be very costly. I mean, we're talking at a minimum of around $3,000 to $7,000 or $8,000 in some cars. And it's all based on, just like life insurance or health insurance, depend on their idea and records of what it would take to maintain those particular cars. So if you do buy a Land Rover, usually it's on the upper scale. And if you have a different European car, it's usually in a lower scale, something like a BMW. But the same thing again with a smaller BMW, you're going to pay a little less than you buy a 7 Series, that it's going to be more. Same thing with a Mercedes, a C-Class or A-Class to an S-Class. And the important part about the extended warranties is to make sure that before you even buy it, you have to read the fine prints, because that makes such a big difference on what they cover. Certain things, remember, the extended warranties are there to keep the money that you've already paid them in advance. And that's how most of these guys make their money and keep it. If they paid out every claim without even investigating it or just resisting, then they would go broke. And a lot of them have. You have to really be careful. They get bought out. You may have a warranty that's called a XYZ that it runs out of funds, and somebody else picks them up pennies on the dollar. So you're sometimes we see those extended warranties change names. Again, buyer beware. Get a great extended warranty. I know we have a couple of extended warranties I would recommend. The best one so far, without plugging it, is no affiliation, but CarMax's extended warranties are incredible. We highly recommend them. There's a few others. We can probably share those with you. I think we've got a blog on extended warranties.
So that's with a car that you purchased from CarMax? Or
Yes.
can you get it separately for another car? If you own a car already, you want to get an extended warranty, can you get it through CarMax?
I think you have to purchase the car from
okay.
CarMax to start with.
That's an additional service they provide.
Exactly. Again, it's buying an extended warranty, but
And I want to note that CarMax up here in Plano is just down the block from us, and they bring a lot of their cars here to be serviced here before they sell them. I wanted to point that out.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's again, we're not plugging them because of that. It's just I think their extended warranties is just one of the best ones that anybody can buy. Again, the things that we have to watch for, as Tim indicated, we spend enormous amount of time on the phone and trying to get in touch with, waiting for inspectors to come out to inspect cars. I mean, it's a behind the scene that you don't get to see. We spend enormous amount of times, hours, try to get a claim approved for our clients. So that's what we're trying to do, is to make sure that you have the best interest here in coming here to Autoscope. We don't charge any extra. It's just part of the job. Now we got to make sure that the extended warranty that you have is capable of servicing or replacing those parts that are failed in your car. Sometimes they have to wait 24 to 48 hours to get an inspector sent out here,
even
so
if
that
longer,
they could. And that's we encourage that, because then they got to take a look at it, and they come up and gives you the thumbs up.
But that's part of the communication with the Autoscope customer, is to let them know that, with an extended warranty, to get that coverage and to help them through that, it can take a little bit more time.
Yes, it does.
I mean, you don't even have a chance to work on the car, because you're at the, you have to wait for the warranty company to send an inspector out to make a determination. Right. So that all takes time. So I know we try to work with the customer to let them know that, this is good. It's taking a little bit of time, and this is why. Right. And we're working on your behalf.
Yeah, and sometimes it's actually we encourage the client themselves to call the extended warranty, because they have more clout, since they're the owner of the car, to make that push. When if we call them up, they can actually avoid us a bit by putting us off a bit. But when a customer calls, it's a trick that we've learned along the way, that if we sometimes encourage the customer to call, if we have any kind of resistance in the beginning, the customer to give us that call, the car's here, what's up with the car, when are you going to send this inspector out? That might expedite things for you. So
Right. Well, and that therein is part of that communication between your staff and the customers, to try to work out what that plan is, because there are customers out there that, you don't want to call up a warranty company. You don't want to be stuck online forever. And, and Autoscope can then jump in for you. Right. But sometimes to help the process along, like you stated, if you can work in conjunction with them, that can hopefully speed the process up a little bit.
It will.
And get the thing is, with a shop, then what you're talking about, and that should help the customer with extended warranty to get that coverage covered. I mean, or to get that stuff covered. Otherwise,
a very good point that you make is, certain coverages are that they say, we don't cover any hoses, but if it's a pipe, it's the wording. If it's a pipe, they'll cover it. So we know what terminology to use. Right. To start with, and it's very important to make that distinction on how you speak the lingo, so to speak, and so that we can make that sale for you. We're always trying to get the customer to get funds from the I guess the policy that they've purchased.
Yeah, yeah. You want to ensure that the coverage that they purchased does that they can make use of it. That they can, and that brings up to me. I mean, all the years that you've been doing this and working with extended warranties and stuff. What is your thought process? Do you believe it is a good purchase decision to buy an extended warranty, or it's like any life insurance thing?
Yeah.
You got to just look at all the variables.
Yeah, I think sometimes it all depends. Again, it comes down to that. Remember that first conversation we had with that podcast we had about finding out what you're going to do with the car, how long you want to keep it, right. And yes, we can actually be. This is talking about pre-purchase inspections. Previously podcasts. We want to make sure that if you're buying an extended warranty, let us take a look at that policy. It's free to you. We do have people who know those policies inside out. They will read over and give you a heads up whether this is a good one or a bad one. A key point here is if there's exclusive damn it, I forgot the word. Exclusive and inclusive? Okay. The key point is that there's two different types of policies. One that states what is not covered, and one that states what is covered. What's excluded is if excluded type of coverages that tell you what is not covered is really one of the easiest ones to buy and the best ones, because you know if it's not on that list, everything else is covered. So that's a very, very easy way of finding out what you buy.
You wouldn't think that offhand,
right?
Yeah.
Because the other one is they'll tell you what is covered, but they may say it in terms that, like we said earlier, a pipe, a hose, and so forth. If you don't say that pipes and hoses are not covered, that means it's covered.
Right.
So it's the best way to, if you had one to choose, pick the excluded type of coverages, because you'll see if it's not on that list, it must be covered.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. That's good. That's good information.
Right.
What do you typically see with these European cars in warranties? Because I mean, you talk to broad rate, or if anywhere they could cost anywhere to $3,000 to $7,000.
Oh yeah, easy. Right. And some of them are worth their weight in gold. It's actually some cars have the right policies, and they will cover many things in many years.
And that's the $7,000.
Usually usually you get what you pay for, but not always. But usually is. There's also another type of extended warranties that you want to be aware of is when you buy the policies from the dealerships, you can ask them if they have a policy that lets the independents work on your car instead of having to be tied to the dealer only. They have those policies. They try not to sell them to you because they want you to go back to the dealer itself.
Right.
But if you probe a bit more, if you ask them, they have that same policy that they can let anybody work on it. That way, if you don't really want to go to a dealership, you can actually go and pick your own favorite mechanic to work on your car and get coverage.
Well, so that would be within a dealership, the sale of a used vehicle, right?
Yes, usually sale of a used vehicle.
So they're selling a used vehicle that's out of warranty, so they're offering the extended warranty at that time, along with the purchase of the car, to include that in the note.
Exactly, but I've actually purchased a car in the past, that brand new car from a BMW dealer that had those two policies, and I bought the one that obviously the independents can work on it as well. That means the dealership and the independents can work on that. Sometimes they tell you that they only have one that they only sell you the
only to the dealership.
Yeah, try to avoid that if you can. The independent and the dealership one is best, obviously, for you, in case you have any fallouts with that dealership.
Right. Well, when you first hear like an extended warranty for 7,000, that can be like, whoa.
Yeah.
But these are high dollar cars, and repairs can be expensive. So
can be.
If they've read the fine, I mean, they could be their weight in gold.
Yes, of course. And there's always, you got to be careful with them. There's always stipulations on the services if you've performed them, right? So you have to have timely maintenance. It's very important. If you don't have timely maintenance repairs and records, sometimes those warranties are null and void.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Right. So you got to make sure that if you get an extended warranty, make sure you also follow up on the maintenance, agreed maintenance based on the manufacturers. You can do them sooner, like if you want to change your oil every 6,000 miles instead of 10, that's not a problem. But if you delay those, if you fall outside the window too many times, if you ever have a problem, then it's going to be a problem on you that they're going to say you haven't performed the timely maintenances. So you've got to be careful of the extended warranties. They're worth it. Depending on the car that you drive, we'll be able to tell you, we have kind of a pain points, dollar levels on what cars cost, on how much money it costs for the yearly maintenance on certain cars. And they know, and that's why the higher maintenance cars are usually more money for the extended warranties.
So, okay, with an extended warranty, are they typically driven by mileage or years, or is it both, a combination of both?
It's a combination of both. They actually give you a year's, but depending on if you use up the mileages before, it's whichever comes first. So if you have a 7-year or 5-year warranty policy and it goes up to 100,000 miles, if you drive 110,000 miles in 3 years, that warranty is void. It's terminated. It's not void. So the same way with if you drive 5,000 miles and you get to 7 year and it's not going to be covered anymore. So the terms are whichever comes first, mileage or years. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's nice to have a shop like ours you can bring the car in and we go through it to make sure that whatever is going to, we see that's happening, we can actually notify you and you can call or schedule the repairs. The warranty, having a warranty and not using it is a sin as far as I'm concerned. You want to be able to see under the car. You want to be able to make sure that somebody that knows your car can pinpoint troublesome areas that are coming up. You don't want to wait until it happens. You got to be ready for it, is what I'm trying to say. And we can guide you through there as well.
Well, it's interesting. In another podcast, we had talked about PPIs, and I didn't think of it at that time that after someone purchases a PPI, they decide to purchase that car. I mean, would it not be a good time for them at that time to consider an extended warranty?
Yes, that's usually the time, depending on what we find. Sometimes we never say to the customer, don't ever buy this car, but we will, if a car that's in bad shape, we will make sure that he knows.
You'll consult with them.
Consult.
Okay, these are the things we found.
Right.
In your consideration.
Right, and sometimes, most of the time, we're able to give them a dollar figure as well. Not always, but most of the time, that says this is what's going to cost you to fix the repairs and own this vehicle for such a long time. So yeah, it's really nice to have an extended warranty at the time that you purchase the car. At that time, it's also nice to see what's available to you so that we can actually read and decide whether that's a good warranty or not. It's a little difficult to find a really good warranties, especially from some of these smaller dealerships, but it's a good thing to have a peace of mind. But I would say the majority of those inexpensive ones that you buy online or you hear on TV, I know there's a couple of them that is advertised incredibly frequently. they're one of the worst ones that we.
Well, I wanted to ask you in regards to with purchasing a extended warranty that. I'm assuming that within a dealership, you buy a used vehicle and they say, well, here, we can sell you this extended warranty. They're making money on that warranty as well.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. They make a pretty good hefty profit on those warranties.
Wow.
So they're trying to sell it to you.
So
and when they sell it to you, their hands are washed. Basically, they're giving you a policy.
Right.
It's not their problem, right? It's the basically you're buying an insurance policy from somebody else. So you can't go back to the dealership and say, you sold me this extended warranty. They can't do anything about it. So you have to be careful with that as well.
So it would actually be better to purchase a warranty individually or elsewhere and not from a dealership?
No.
Or it still wouldn't make any difference in price?
It wouldn't make any difference in price, depending on the policy itself. I would say we have a list in our website under I think blog section where some information on all the policies that we have kind of rated.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
if you
good.
want to visit that, we may be able to put that on.
So that's at autoscopecarcare.com. Under the blog.
Yeah,
so and click on the blog.
We can probably put a link on it so you guys can get there. You can look at it. But I would recommend those. And again, any questions, just give us a call. It's probably easier for us to, or maybe send us the link that you're looking for, purchasing the warranty that you're trying to purchase. We'd be glad to look it over for you. It's no charge. We're here to serve you. So
that's good. That's a good. So please make note of that if you're looking at an extended warranty for your car, copy the link and get it over to us, and that's great. So Autoscope here, the staff can to help you to find a good extended warranty that works for you guys. And to go to their website, autoscopecarcare.com, go to the blog up above and click down through and you'll find for warranties.
Yeah. We'll put the link here as well on the podcast.
Okay.
So
I think that's it for this podcast. We got customers to take care of.
Yeah, we do.
So that's Autoscope Podcast Conversations with Nerces Mavelian. And what do you guys say?
And if you like us, just give us a like, share it, and subscribe.
And there'll be a button here to take you to the warranty.
Yeah, somewhere down there.
Or something like that. All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Thanks.
I have been an Autoscope customer for at least 15 years. They're multiple vehicles. They are friendly, flexible, and very much accommodating. Anything that we need done, they do with good quality service and with care. So we would highly recommend Autoscope. We love Autoscope.